What's going on, y'all? Attorney Tom here, back with Spammyware, where I'm attempting to post a video every single day this month, and today's video might be the craziest. We are going to be reacting to a Colorado pastor who's charged with a $3.2 million cryptocurrency fraud scheme. His response to being charged might be the most insane thing of all time, but before we get into his actual response, which again is crazy, let's learn what happens. Attorney Tom. I don't take sponsors. The only thing I ask is that if you need a lawyer, contact my team for a free consultation. While most people know me as a catastrophic personal injury lawyer, I'm actually a partner at 2 law firms that handle way more than just catastrophic injury. If you were the victim of securities fraud, received a notification that your info was included in a data breach, developed cancer as a result of a bad drug or toxic exposure, and many other situations, we may be able to help. It's important you talk to a lawyer right away to understand your options. If your case is not the best fit with us, we can help you find a great lawyer by using our national network of attorneys. Please click the link down below for a free consultation. So here's the press release from the Colorado Securities Commissioner. It was filed on January 18, 2024. The Colorado Securities Commissioner filed civil fraud charges against Eli and Caitlin Regalio, INDX Coin, Kingdom Wealth Exchange, and others for the alleged violation of anti-fraud, licensing, and registration provisions of the Colorado Securities Act. Eli Regalio, a pastor, and his wife Caitlin created, marketed, and sold a cryptocurrency known as INDX Coin to members of the Christian community. The INDX Coin was also offered through the Kingdom Wealth Exchange, an online cryptocurrency exchange that they created, controlled, and operated. The action filed in Denver District Court seeks preliminary and injunctive relief, damages for investors, and for a constructive trust to be placed on the defendant's property, according to the complaint filed by the Colorado's Attorney General. Investigators from the Colorado's Division of Securities found that from June 2022 to April 2023, INDX Coin raised nearly $3.2 million from more than 300 individuals. It then goes on to say the complaint alleges that in reality, the INDX Coin was illiquid and practically worthless. Investors lost millions, and the defendant dissipated investor funds to support their lavish lifestyle. That press release was dated January 18th. And after the charges were filed, this pastor, Pastor Eli, came out on a podcast to address the situation, and it might be the most insane thing I've ever seen. Let's take a watch together. This is the highlights of said podcast.
Caitlin and I are being charged in a civil charge from the Colorado Securities and Exchange Commission for basically selling millions of dollars worth of cryptocurrency that is deemed worthless by the state. Now, the reason that they're saying that it's worthless is because there is no exit for people who have bought.
Yeah, i.e., it's worthless. If you can't sell it, then it is worthless.
We launched an exchange. The exchange technology failed. Things went downhill. And from that point forward, we've just been waiting on the Lord literally for a miracle. So the charges are that Caitlin and I pocketed $1.3 million, and I just want to come out and say that those charges are true. So there's been $1.3 million that's been taken out of, I think it was a total of $3.4 million, but out of that 1.3, $500,000.
Okay, so he just comes out and says to the public without any lawyer that the charges are absolutely true. Now, personally, I'm very conflicted. On one hand, it's nice to see someone taking responsibility, kind of. But on the other hand, it's like you did this thing in the first place and you just saying these things. It's kind of like a fake altruism. I don't know. It seems like he is purposely trying to be genuine, and in trying to be genuine, you're not genuine at all because you took $1.3 million out. Bruh. But it gets worse. It gets worse.
Dollars went to the IRS, and a few $100,000 went to a home remodel that the Lord told us to do.
And I'm sorry for interrupting. I'm going to go back a little bit so you can really listen to what he says next, because it's great.
So there's been $1.3 million that's been taken out of, I think it was a total of $3.4 million. But out of that 1.3, $500,000 went to the IRS, and a few $100,000 went to a home remodel that the Lord told us to do. So how this whole thing started is...
Guys, don't worry. He didn't dodge on his taxes, right? You make $1.3 million, $500 goes to the IRS. He's not a tax dodger, but the Lord did tell him to do a home remodel. Really, dude? Really? Really?
Home remodel.
The problem with that is you can do anything and then just say, oh, the Lord told me to do this. It doesn't make it right.
So how this whole thing started is the Lord told us in 21 to walk away from our marketing company. And he said, I'm going to do a new thing. And then he took us into this cryptocurrency. It was a different cryptocurrency other than index coin at the time. Well, that cryptocurrency turned out to be a scam.
So I think Pastor Eli is trying to get out of this by, one, saying the Lord told him to do things. And look at this little graphic down below. No, we did not create this former scam crypto. It doesn't matter if you didn't create it. If you were the engine behind getting people to invest into it while you were pulling out your liquidity, this makes me so mad.
And I'm like, well, where's this liquidity going to come from? And the Lord says, trust me. Well, as money is coming in, we would be sowing it. And at first it was hundreds of dollars and thousands of dollars, then tens of thousands of dollars. Money would come in, we tithe, we sow, more money would come in. And so we were just always under the impression that God was going to provide, that the source was never ending, that God was doing a new thing, and that we had nothing to worry about.
He's describing a Ponzi scheme. Just more money kept going in, more money kept going in, more money kept going in. Triangle, pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme.
We sold a cryptocurrency with no clear exit. We did. We took God at his word and sold a cryptocurrency with no clear exit.
Taking God at his word is not a legal defense.
And so the prosecutors have to take that and say, these people willingly sold a cryptocurrency with no clear exit.
Because you did! And you admit that you did!
What we're praying for and what we're believing for still is that God is going to do a miracle. God is going to work a miracle in the financial sector.
Of course, God will provide.
You know what? I'm not conflicted at all. I take back what I said earlier. This guy's not taking any sort of real responsibility at all. He's saying he did it, but he did it because the Lord told him to, like he's some knight in shining armor. Really, dude? The Lord told you to remodel your house. The Lord told you to take $1.3 million out of this exchange that you peddled to your audience that was highly susceptible to listening to the faith. And you know what? Anybody who's actually religious probably is upset with you for using that as a scapegoat. It honestly makes me so mad, but I'm happy that governments are starting to prosecute these crypto scammers. Kudos to Colorado for stepping up and taking on this case. And honestly, I hope this trend continues because it's just crazy. It's just crazy. But from a pure legal perspective, yeah, if you're the one charged with something like that, don't go on a podcast and admit to everything. It's not a defense that the Lord made you do something. Okay? All right, bye.